Wow, I'm a pussy and I whine. Wow, I'm a pussy and I whine. Wow, I do it all the time. Wow, it's fine, a pussy time. Well, I'm a pussy, you're a pussy, let's all fucking whine. I whine about my girlfriend, whine about my car. I shoot my wants together, I play on my guitar. I whine about my neighbors, fucking up above. I whine about the things I hate and everything I love. Wow, I'm a pussy and I whine. Wow, I do it all the time. Wow, it's fun a pussy time. Well, I'm a pussy, you're a pussy, let's all fucking whine.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? This is Steve from the M25 show. I just got on today. We don't have a show until this Thursday. We were off last week, and I just wanted to come on to say that this Thursday, we're going to be having Alyssa's birthday show, and that'll start at regular time Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And we will be doing stuff for Alyssa all show. Of course, we'll have guests and all that good stuff. But Alyssa's birthday is on the 20th this month. So we're going to celebrate it on this Thursday. But of course, she's celebrating it all month. So, she deserves it. So we'll give her one day out of the month on the show, even though we'd like to give her 30 days. Unfortunately, we can only give her one day. So it's going to be this Thursday. And I wanted to get on here and give you some updates on some stuff that's been going on with us. Like I said, we were off last week. And we'll be back this week for Alyssa's birthday show. I came on today to promote Alyssa's birthday show, of course. And then today we got, of course, the recall in California. And that's a big thing out here. Going to wait to see if the governor is going to be recalled or if he's going to keep his job. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of one of those things is somebody's getting recalled and now, they're doing everything they can to save their job. I don't know. Some people maybe think that he's doing his job. Some people don't think he's doing his job. But it's always funny is when there's a recall or somebody's in trouble, all of a sudden they're doing so much stuff now. And they're hustling and they're boogieing and doing the stuff they should be doing. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, if Governor Newsom isn't recalled, I hope he keeps hustling the way he is right now to trying to keep his job. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't get your job and then relax. Break promises or. I understand some promises aren't kept because of reasons. I get it, but you got to try. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to put on the link in the comment box if anybody wants to join me and tell me what they think about the recall today. Let me know if everybody sees that link. And I'll talk about a couple other topics too. While we're here, I'm not just going to talk about the recall. I'm going to talk about a couple other things since I'm on here. And don't forget this Thursday, it's the Alyssa show. It's her birthday show, Alyssa's birthday show. We're going to be celebrating that day. So be sure to tune in. We're going to have a fun show. I posted the link in the comment box if somebody or everybody wants to come on with me right now and discuss how they feel about the recall today. How they feel if the governor is going to get recalled in California, if he's going to keep his job, If you think he should keep his job, if you don't think he should keep his job, feel free to come on. We'll talk about a few topics while I'm on today. Like I said, we don't usually do a show today. I'm here by myself. Um, I just wanted to give a few updates because we haven't been on for a week or so, but we'll be back this Thursday and keep rolling right along. So it's kind of like a little surprise show today. So if you want to come on with me, just the link is in the comment box. Just click it and come on in, and we'll we'll talk about it. And while I'm waiting to see if anybody wants to come on the show with me, I had something I wanted to talk about. Okay, all of us have had friends growing up, maybe through back when I was growing up. Middle school was called junior high. I don't know if it's still called junior high, but I hear more middle school. And it used to be called junior high when I was in 7th and 8th grade. It was just 2 grades, 7th and 8th. Now apparently it's 6th, 7th, and 8th. But anyway, hello, Henry. Henry, if you want to come on with me and give me your take on the situation in California with the recall thing going on today, that would be awesome. I put the link in the comment box if you want to come on. Henry is a friend of our show. He's a photographer out in Texas. Very cool person. We've had a lot of his models that he's taken photos of and posted and they've been published in magazines, and he's been a good friend of ours. So if you're interested out in that area in Texas or even anywhere, look up Henry Singleton on Facebook or Henry Photography and give him a message. And, we recommend him. So he's a real cool person. And maybe you guys can hook up and do some good shoots. But anyway, get off the subject here, didn't I? Back in all of us growing up, we've all had friends of the opposite sex, and we've just been friends. It happens sometimes, You don't have to be friends with a girl and hook up with them. There are situations where you actually have a friend of the opposite sex, and you grow through middle school or junior high, whatever you call it, high school, even after high school, and you've stayed friends, good friends, maybe even best friends. And sometimes even out of those years that you've been best friends, maybe you've kissed or something, or maybe you got touchy feely, but it's nothing. It's just horseplay. Your friends, you've been friends for so long, and or maybe you think you're both good looking, and give a little kiss here and there or whatever. But all in all, you're just friends. You both date other people and tell each other about your relationships and all that good stuff. And I think that's great. I think you should be able to grow up and be friends forever. But there's something that has I've seen happen. And hello, Jane. Jane, if you want to come on, I put the link in the comment box where I'm going to be talking about what's going on in California, the recall thing with Governor Newsom. If you want to chime in, I put the link in there. You can come on with me. Today's kind of like a surprise show. But anyway, I think it's good to be friends with lifelong friends with opposite sex people. And but I've seen and heard of friends of mine, and even with me, you've been friends with the opposite sex, and then they meet somebody, right? And that's great, Growing up, you both met somebody, you've dated, and you've talked, telling each other everything about them, but you continue to be friends. But sometimes someone meets somebody, and it's like, oh well, I kind of had to cut it off with you because I had to tell them, everything about you, and they don't want me to be friends with you no more because maybe we've kissed before in the past, or held hands or, whatever. And, stuff like that. And it's just best, no lies, cut everything off. And, I mean, that's all good too, but I don't get it. I don't get why you would tell your new person about people in your life or in the past and then tell them what you've done with them or whatever. Why can't you just, okay, well, things happen in the past, cut it off. You start fresh today with your new whatever, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or what have you, and move on. I mean, you don't have to cut off your friendship with somebody you've been friends with for years. You tell your friend, hey, I met somebody, maybe I can't give you a hug and you know, squeeze you or whatever, or give you a peck on the cheek or the lips. And everybody would understand that because you're friends. But just, to cut everything off because you feel you have to tell your new girlfriend or your boyfriend about a friend of yours that you've been friends with for years, and hey, maybe you've kissed or you goosed each other, whatever it is. And I don't even understand why you would tell them that. Just stop, and then that way you can still be friends with your lifelong friend. You could have your new relationship. I don't get it. I mean, I would never do that if I met somebody new and I'm gonna say, oh well, I'm friends with this girl, and she's been friends with me a long time, and she's pretty hot, and I squeezed her ass a few times, and yeah, why would she want to hear that? And it's actually, why would I even say that? I met somebody, we start fresh. If she asks if I, who my friends are, yeah, I'll say, oh yeah, whatever my friend's girl's name. Yeah, yeah, she's been friends with me for years, and that's it. If she trusts you, she trusts you. And that's the way it should be, and vice versa. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is if you have a lifelong friend of the opposite sex and you have a boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, or you just meet somebody and you're dating, it's okay to tell them about your friends, but you don't, if you happen to have maybe in the past of all the years you've been friends with that so and so happen to kiss or grab ass a few times in those however many years you've known each other, you don't have to tell them. Just don't do it anymore. I mean, that's growing up. You grow up, you do things. It's just life. But why would you tell somebody you just meet those things? I mean, I wouldn't want to hear that. I wouldn't want to hear my girl tell, oh yeah, well, yeah, I have a friend that I've been friends with for 20 years. Yeah, back 18 years ago, yeah, we're screwing around and I grabbed his balls or whatever. It's like, I'd be like, oh, so what? What are you telling me that for? That was a long time ago. I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that shit. I mean, you think you're doing me a favor of telling me that? No, it happened before us. It's done. you know? And if anybody says anything like, "Oh, come on, just tell me. Don't worry, I'm not going to get mad. It's okay." That's bullshit. Most people just don't want to hear it if they just cool with the relationship if it just started, or if they're saying all that crap, "Oh, just tell me, I'm not going to get mad." Well, more than likely after you tell them, they're going to say, "Well, you know what? The best thing is just don't talk to them anymore." Well, if not going to get mad, why do they have to not talk to them no more? That was in the past. So, you meet somebody, you meet them, and you start right there. You don't pull shit from the past with friends or exes or whatever. That happened in the past. If you have a friend and you've touchy feely with them or whatever, and it doesn't mean anything, but you've always been touchy feely, then you stop. And if the friend says anything, you go, "Oh yeah, I kind of met somebody," and the friend's usually like, "Oh okay, cool. How was she or how was he or is he good to you? Is she good to you, etc., etc." Very easy. Very, it could be a very easy life, or it could be a very difficult, miserable relationship life, and nobody wants that. So anyway, let me see here. Jane Rose. I haven't talked to Jane in a while. Let me see if I can get Jane on. Jane Rose was. Oh, here she is. I was just talking about her. Let me see here. Let's pull her up. Hello, Jane.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
While while you popped on earlier, I was finishing my little rant, and then
I heard.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go message Jane and see if she. And right when I started to message you, you popped on. So
Here
what do
I
you
am.
what do you think at first? I'll get to the California thing second, but what did you think about what I was talking about? Am I on track a little bit, or am I off, or what?
I agree. If it was like in the past, like if you're not still messing around with that person, there's no need to say anything. But if you are, like, then yeah, you might want to be like, hey,
Okay,
we're ending this now.
but what if you had a guy friend, let's say you met in junior high back in the day, right? And you
Okay.
ended up being friends with that person through junior high, high school, out of high school. You both had, you're just friends, right? And maybe in that time, you had a couple hugs and a kisses because, that's growing up together. It happens, right? Nothing
That's right.
serious, nothing serious. Like, oh, we're going to start going out now. It's just like, oh, it happened, but we're still friends. And you grow up, you've had boyfriends, your friends had girlfriends, you talk about it on the phone, da 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 da. And then, even if they get married, you still end up friends, right? But
Right.
say along the line, your friend meets somebody and it's just they just start dating, and they call you and go, hey, I met this guy and he thinks we should not talk anymore because, I told him, we kind of flirted in the past. We're friends, but we flirted, maybe hugged a little bit and maybe kissed once or whatever, whatever it is that you did. I mean, would you be like, okay, later? Or would you be like in your head, like, why would you even, you're wondering, what did you even tell them about us? I'm your friend. It should be, that's it, right?
Well, to me, the way I see it is that conversation happened because the person you're dating was insecure and wanted to know about your past relationships. And just because you still had a friendship with this person that you once hooked up with, well, they're so insecure, they're afraid you're going to turn around and screw around.
Oh,
And
that
that's why
makes
they're
sense.
making you end the friendship. But if it's that kind of relationship and someone is making you end a friendship, that's a huge red flag. That's not a relationship. That's a controlling situation.
Interesting. That is correct. And then I would say something like, if they say something like, "Oh, just tell me what you did with your friend," or people it's mostly I'm talking about friends because that's what the topic is. Somebody you've been friends with for years, and you tell your new whatever boyfriend, girlfriend, and they say, "Well, just tell me, I won't get mad." And then you tell them, and then they turn around and go, "Ah, it's probably best if you don't talk to them no more." You know what I mean? Doesn't even make sense, does it?
No, that's someone who's insecure. Like that's someone that's afraid that they can't trust you even though you're in a relationship with them. And to me that's jealousy and insecurity, and again, red flag. You don't need that in your life.
Exactly. And who would want, yeah, I guess that's right. I guess jealous people would want to hear that. And I was talking about me if, let's say I met somebody and I had a friend that was a girl for years. And then, I met somebody, I wouldn't sit there and tell them, well, yeah, I've had this friend. Yeah, she's been my lifelong friend. She's going to stay my friend, and that's just the way it is. I mean, there's no harm. I'm not going to sit there and go, yeah, a few times I squeezed her ass or, we kissed a few times because, it just happened, but we're just friends. I would never do that to, even if they asked, I would go, no, I mean, we're starting today. Or we just, we started our relationship whenever, and that's where it should start. I don't
Right,
want
that's
to
it.
tell.
It's our
I don't want.
relationship. Whatever happened in my past does not affect us from this point forward. Like that's just not how it works.
Yeah, that's not a good thing when people want to know. They want to know, well, what did you do with them? It's like, why would you want to, like, even down to sexual? Well, when you had sex, what did you do? It's like I can't. That's not a good thing when you start off like that.
No, and if they're asking those kinds of questions, that's not the type of relationship I want to be in.
Yeah, and I know when it's new, and especially if somebody's looking for somebody, I get it. You know, they're willing to give up everything for it, but be careful what you give up because that friend has been there for, you know, with you for a long time. And now you have somebody, I get that they're paying attention to you and all that good shit. But when they're telling you stuff like that, if you don't see that, those red flags aren't carnival flags.
No,
Right.
exactly. They're not carnival flags.
That's
And like
right.
that's the other thing. It's like if you're willing to piss away a 20-year friendship for someone that you're just recently boning, that you're not really like sure where you're going, you're just starting out. That says a lot to me about your character too, because I wouldn't want a friend like that in my life that's going to turn around after 20 years and be like, "Well, sorry, we can't be friends anymore."
Exactly.
Because
I
who's going to be there? Who are they going to turn to when that relationship doesn't work out? I'm sorry, you just pissed away 20 years of friendship. You ain't got somebody to lean on now.
and you know what's funny is the person would probably be like, since they're a good person, they'd be like, yeah, you know, you fucked up. They'd still probably start talking. It might take a little while, but start talking to him again, you know, the person that they screwed over, the friend or whatever. But you know, it's just not right. It's, you know, I don't, maybe
Right. And
I'm different.
that friend is always going to have that like hesitation in the relationship at that point because they're going to be like, well, are they going to turn around and do this to me again? The next time they start dating someone else, are they going to cut me out again?
Exactly. Exactly. I don't get it. Are people so starved to have somebody that bad? I get it. You know, everybody wants somebody in their life. I get it. Some people don't, but a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's cool to have a partner, a relationship. It's beautiful. But I mean, when you go, I mean, is it really worth? Is that person that does that to friends? Does that mean that they're insecure with themselves?
In a sense, yes, actually, it does. It really does. Because they're so starved for affection because of their insecurity that they're willing to get affection from anywhere. And if that means cutting off someone that's been with them for so long, that's what they're going to do.
Mm.
The thing is, though, like people don't realize that, like with relationships, yes, you have intimate relationships. You know, I have my husband, we've been together 10 years, almost 11 years. But there are things from our relationship that he can't give me that my girlfriends give me. You
Exactly.
know, like your different relationships are there to make you a well-rounded human being. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to be with this person and cut all my friends out, because then you're not a well-rounded person. You're just someone who's in the moment, living with that one person, affection only. And I don't know how to say this properly, like, but you're
Just say
kind
it.
of neglectful on yourself because
Exactly.
you're not taking the time to give yourself what you need all around.
I totally agree. That is right. I mean, you should have a partner where you so you know your other half's, oh yeah, I'm going out with my friends or something, and it's like, all right, yeah, cool. You know, that way when you want to go out with your friends, it's mutual, and it should be that way anyway. I mean, that's the way it was before you met. Why should it
Exactly.
change? Unless you're unless
Exactly.
you're unless you're going overboard and you're doing it every day and neglecting your home life, you know, but usually it doesn't happen that way. You go out every once in a while when you're not tired from doing the home life, and then you
Right.
go to relax with your friends and stuff like that. And
Right.
that's
Like I
that's
will say
healthy.
from like personal experience, I know you remember a few years ago I started battling cancer and it was a very long battle. And
Yes.
I felt so bad for my husband having to be the one to work, take care of the bills while I was homesick and I wasn't taking care of the house like I should. You know, I didn't have the energy. But I would be like, Friday night, I'd be like, are you going to go out? And he'd be like, do you want me to go out? I'd be like, go out. You deserve it. Like, I would force him to go out because I knew he needed that release, that stress release of, you know, there's a lot on my shoulders taking care of my sick wife. I'm working, my child, you know, all of that. He needed that. And I think you need to encourage each other that way because now he's doing the same for me. You know, I'm home homeschooling and he's like, he comes home from work and he's like, go take 10 minutes, go do what you got to do, 20 minutes, whatever, just go out and have some alone time. I know you need it.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there.
But that's how it should be. You should have your partner, like you should encourage your partner to go out and spend time with their friends because their life should not revolve around you. That's not a healthy relationship. I have seen that kind of relationship firsthand. I know of a certain couple that they can't even shower without the other person being in the bathroom.
Oh gosh, no.
You know, like
Yeah. What in the
it's kind
world?
of ridiculous. Yeah, exactly.
I get being head over heels with somebody, but I don't even think that's head over heels. That's a little
No,
more.
that's obsessive. Like that's a
Yeah.
little bit obsessive.
Yes. Obsession is not a good
Stepmother.
thing. There you go. Obsession. What do you think about obsessed people? What do you what's your
It's
take?
sickening. It's so unhealthy. Like go get therapy for real.
So you would, if somebody was obsessed with you
I
wouldn't
would
be
send them a
flattered?
list of the top 5 therapists that they need to go see.
You wouldn't be flattered?
No, I'm nothing to be obsessed with. Like I am like the biggest faultiest human you will ever meet in your life. Do not be obsessed with me. Be obsessed with like inspirational people if you're going to be obsessed with anybody. Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr. Be obsessed with real inspirational people. Don't be obsessed with like everyday common people. We're nothing.
Well said. I agree. There's nothing wrong with liking somebody. I think when you're being obsessed with somebody, I think they take it the wrong way as, no, that just means I really like them. I gotta be around them. I gotta see what they're doing. I gotta, I gotta be next to them, even if they don't want me around them. Because I think if they see me enough, they'll come around.
Right? I mean, like my dog is obsessed with me and it drives me nuts. I have to like lock her away. I'm like, please, like give me 5 minutes of space. I'd like to use the bathroom without an audience.
Exactly. You know what? That is true. But you know what? I give a dog a pass because they don't have nobody. They wait for their human. And when the human's gone, they just kind of lay around and wait for you. And I get it. We get tired too. I have a dog too, but
Right, but if a human acted that way toward me, I would be like, yo, go seek help. Please go seek help.
Yeah, it's not like they're locked up waiting for you in the backyard or in the cage
Right,
or
like
something.
That's how you enter a stalker situation, and you end up with these situations where women are getting, murdered in their homes because people are obsessed with them and they said no, shot them down for a date, but this person is obsessed and won't take no for an answer. And that's the kind of unhealthy stuff that we can't have. It's not okay.
Got it. But I mean, somebody like you, as beautiful as you, I can't blame somebody being obsessed with you. But people, Jane doesn't need anybody obsessed with her because
I don't. There are more influential, better human beings you could be obsessed with than Miss Jane Rose.
Well, since you're a top model and everything, beautiful woman, and people can be a fan.
I like that. A fan is a lot better than someone who's obsessed because at least they have other interests in their lives.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So like if somebody had your picture all over their walls and everything, like to a point where that's all, when it was like wallpaper in the living room, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, that might be pushing it a little too far, right?
That might be. Like back in the day, that's what my bedroom looked like with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. And even then I had a problem. I'll admit it. It was a problem. Unhealthy. Let it go. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Exactly. You see, those I don't know if that's different because those are people you're probably never gonna meet. And this, when somebody does it that that's kind of a little different. Like if you knew somebody and found, you know what I mean? Oh man.
But funny story is, with that obsession I had in middle school and high school, my dad was a boat salesman down in Florida, and I had terrible phone reception in the backwoods of Maine, right?
Okay.
So I finally get cell phone signal, and there's this voicemail from my dad, and I'm like, okay, what did he want? I call him up, and listen to the voicemail, and I hear, hey, this is Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. Your dad just sold me a boat. And I'm like, oh my God, no, he didn't. Like, he did not have this man call me. Like, oh my goodness. I was so embarrassed because I was past my obsession.
That was him for reals?
It was really Nick Carter. My dad had sold him a boat. And so he had Nick Carter leave me a voicemail.
Oh,
and I was like, oh Lord, like talk about being embarrassed. But at the same time, I ran back to campus and I was like, guys, listen, girls, listen to this. You got to hear this.
Yes. See, that's okay though, because it's somebody you're never going to meet. And then they send you a message or something, and then that will probably be it. Right.
So, right. That was it. Like, it was a happened chance. My dad sold him a boat and said, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" It's not like the guy was ever going to reach out to me personally anyway. So,
Oh, cool. Well, that's a cool story. Wow. That is an awesome story. I like that.
yeah. So let's talk California.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm happy that you're on the up. You know, I know you had some issues, you know, like you were saying earlier, that you had
Yeah.
cancer, correct?
Correct.
You're in remission.
I am in remission. I had uterine cancer. So, ladies, go get your HPV vaccine. It really will save your life.
Listen to Jane Rose. She's somebody who's been through it and is still going through it, right? You will always go through it now,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Since you've had it.
I will always have issues with that type of related cancer because of where it was. With the HPV infection, you can never really get rid of it. And that's why they recommend kids have that vaccine so young, is because statistically, once you lose your virginity, you already have HPV.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, it's that common. Men are the carriers. There's no way to detect it on men. There's no way to test them. Nothing. So they don't even know they have it. They're out there passing it around.
So the best thing to do is get the vaccine.
Get your kid that vaccine. And women, now the CDC recommends it up to the age of 45. It can help you fight the infections. It can help you fight cancer. So get it. Go get it. It's a 3-shot series. Take it. Save your life.
There you go, people. Take her advice. She knows firsthand.
I do. It was a very long battle. 8 surgeries. I died on the operating table at one point. So yes, don't mess around with your health. Go get it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm very happy that you're here right now talking to me, and I'm happy that you're on the up. That's always a good
Thank
thing,
you.
and I hope, and I always wishing that you stay that way, and because you're a good person and you're a very good person. I had you on the show before in the past, and you're very kind, very sweet, and I'm sorry that happened to you, but you're here now, and you're doing good.
Yeah, and I'm here to advocate. So go, ladies, go get protected.
There you go, ladies. You take Jane Rose's advice and don't get in any kind of that. What would you call that? Any? I don't want to say trouble, but
It's a very common STI. I mean, everybody's got it at this point. If you've had sex, you have it. Your body. Some people can fight it. Some people can't.
Well, so the safest thing is to get the vaccine.
Get the vaccine. And if you have children, make sure you get that vaccine. Yes, that vaccine. Let's be specific.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sure you go get the HPV vaccine before, at 11 and 12 years old, so you can protect them now.
Very good. Very good advice, Jane. Okay. Well, are you ready to go off on this or what?
Let's do it, because you know me and my mouth. Let's do this.
Let's go. I'll let you go. I'll let you take over this because I think I'm gonna like what I hear.
Well, California, to begin with, we know is a shit show. Okay. It is run by Miss Pelosi there, who, let's clean up America, but can't clean up California.
Yep. Of course not.
And all this trouble with the governor. I mean, is he related to the governor of New York? I'm just wondering if they're like BFFs or something, since they can't seem to stay out of trouble.
Okay, I got a question for you. Is Pelosi his aunt or something? Aren't they related or something?
I think they are. I don't think it's his aunt. I'm not sure, and correct me, but I think they are distantly related, but I don't think it's like a direct relation, correct? But I do not quote me for sure.
Okay. I was just curious because I had heard something like that, and I was like, oh, well, I don't even know. It's just I heard it, and I was like, well, that kind of makes sense. But I don't know.
Politics is a lot like acting. You're married into the families. There's certain families that run politics. There's certain families that run acting.
Maybe his wife is related to her, and since he's married to his wife, maybe that's how. Maybe. Kinda, but what? I don't even know what to say. I see a lot of hustling from the guy now. I see where's all this coming from now?
And a lot of backpedaling and
a lot of backpedaling. We got the vice president of the United States coming out here to help him. The president of the United States coming out with all the problems going on in the world. What does that
And we got to
tell?
go
What?
clean up California's mess.
Yeah. What does that tell you? Yeah. And
Well, see, my whole issue right now with government is you have to be a politician to be in government. Since when? I'm sorry, but last time I checked, the government was founded for the people, by the people. It's supposed to be the everyday man running the government to make laws for the everyday man. So we let these politicians tell us they needed to be in charge. We said, okay, sure. They forget who they work for. And I think a lot of people forget who they work for, that they work for us.
exactly. They do.
Like their paychecks come from our tax dollars, you know?
They
And
do.
I'm pretty sure if Americans stopped paying their paying for politicians, basically signing their paychecks, stop paying taxes for a little while, they might get their heads out of their butts and realize they work for us.
Yeah. I think they came to a point where they don't believe that.
No,
They've
and
gotten
that's
so
because
big.
the American people have given them that power. We forgot that that power was ours. We let them tell us it was theirs, and we said, okay.
That's not good. I don't see how you're right. You're right. And a lot of people don't see that. I don't understand how people do not see that, or maybe they don't want to see it, or I don't get it. I feel the same way as what you just said. I feel the same way.
Yeah,
But
it really does bug me that, you know, our forefathers, they're rolling over in their graves by the way that these people, and it's on both sides of the spectrum. I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're Democrat, you're pissing on the Constitution.
exactly. I agree.
And the only laws that we have to follow are the laws stated in that Constitution. I technically do not have to follow any other law because it was not stated when it was first written.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here and tell me one thing that you shouldn't have to do.
I shouldn't have to pay to go fishing.
Well, yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I shouldn't have to pay to go hunting. I shouldn't have to. It shouldn't be illegal to collect rainwater to water my garden.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yes, in some states, it is illegal to collect rainwater. Florida is one of them.
Oh my God, to collect rainwater? The stuff that falls out of the sky?
Yep, you're not allowed to collect it in buckets to use for your gardens or anything like that. And if you want to, you have to file for a special permit. It's so stupid. Like, why do I need permission to use Mother Nature's resources?
So, like, if you had a bucket that was outside and it was just sitting there and it filled up with water, what do you do with it?
Well, you're supposed to dump it out. But, like, I'm talking about, like, these special systems people have set up where their gutters run into buckets and they drain, they use that bucket and stuff. Nope. Some places you have to have a special permit for that.
Man, I'll tell you what, they have something for everything. They want to make money off everything, even free water.
That's it. They want to make money off everything. And it's gotten to the point where it's not about the people anymore or the needs of the people. It's all about how do we line our pocket.
Exactly.
So it's no longer government for the people, by the people. It's a government for the rich, by the rich, trying to keep themselves rich.
So what do you think I don't know if much can be fixed, but what would you think would help this problem in this country?
Honestly, and I've been saying this for about 5 years. I think it's about time for another goddamn revolution.
You know what? The way things,
for the American people to remind the government who they work for.
A lot of people believe that. And you know what? I'm surprised it hasn't happened. There's a lot of upset people in the United States. I know there's a lot too that aren't, but there's a lot that are.
I agree. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I'm with all of the race baiting that goes on with the media, with the way that they try to turn our people against each other. I'm sorry. The last time I checked, if you were born here, you're an American. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what language you speak. If you were born here, you're an American, and you should be as pissed off as the rest of us that they're doing this.
Exactly. I agree. If you're American, you should be entitled to the the things that people want to come to America for. You should be
Exactly.
entitled to those first.
Exactly. You should be entitled to those things first. You're an American citizen. You were born here, so you have all the rights and responsibilities that includes. But again, like I said, responsibilities, which means that as an American citizen, you need to stand up for America. You can't shit on America. You need to stand up for her. You need to stand up for her people, no matter their skin color. You need to stand up for her soldiers, because guess what? Without them, your ass would not be sleeping in the house you're sleeping in today.
Very well said. A lot of people don't understand that. They think what you just said, they can care less about what our soldiers are doing or who's fighting for us. They can give a shit about that, but I don't see them out there.
But they don't realize that those soldiers out there fighting for them are the whole reason they can say the stupid shit that they say and act the dumbass way that they act.
And tell everybody how wrong they are and how right they are.
You know, and that's the thing. America, we're a melting pot. We're allowed to have our own opinions. But you can't sit there and scream at someone and tell them that their opinion is wrong just because it doesn't match yours. No, that's the beauty of America, people. We are allowed to be different.
Exactly. You brought up something about opinions. Yeah, it's funny is how people get so riled up when somebody's opinion is different than yours. I mean, I just like, whatever, you know, I don't like to get into that shit, but it's like some people go overboard. It's like you say something, it's like, oh, well, no, you're wrong. But if you say something that's in their favor, that, oh yeah, you know, we're best friends and all, you know, I don't like that. That's if you say what they like, you're their best friend. But if you kind of disagree because it just, you're the way you feel and it's not good. And that's the part I don't understand. It's like, you don't even want to say how you feel because you're afraid your friends or people are going to look at you differently, you know? Well,
my mom likes to tell a story about how the day I was born, I shit in the nurse's pocket, and I've been shitting on people ever since. So I don't care if I offend someone. I will state my opinion. I don't care if it matches yours or not. That's the beauty of it. You're allowed to have your opinion. I'm allowed to have mine. And we're allowed to have a healthy debate.
Exactly.
But when you start verbally attacking me because my opinion does not match you, no, I'm done. I'm done out of the conversation because you're not being an adult.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, I'm okay. I want to put this out here in a good way. Because I know this is a touchy subject, but like, let's say I can't say the word because last time I did, they cut the show off and they took it off, but the shot, I'll just say the shot. Okay.
Yes.
If you want that, great. You know, if it makes you feel better just because you got it. What is that called? Sound of mind, or it just, you know,
gives you peace of mind. Go get it.
Peace of mind. And then if you don't have to jump all over somebody because of that, you know. It's just, I would never do that. Like, let's say if I wanted the shot, okay, I wanted the shot, whatever. If I didn't want the shot, I don't want nobody putting me out like you know, I wouldn't want that. Like I'm doing something wrong or I'm being selfish.
It's really like nobody's business. Okay. Like personally, I will not receive it at this point in time because my doctor does not want me to.
Okay. That's your right.
With my medical history and all of the side effects that they're seeing, I actually am at a high risk to develop a pulmonary embolism, and that would kill me. So he's like, no. But at the same time, him and I are both in agreement. When there's more science behind it, and we know a way to avoid these side effects, then yes, sign me up. And I know there's been years of science slowly developing this vaccine since the SARS virus.
Yes.
The thing is, this isn't SARS. This is something else. It's a different strain. We're finding that the vaccine is, well, it's lessening symptoms. People can still transmit the disease. And last time I checked, a vaccine meant that it prevented everything. Look at smallpox, polio. Those are vaccines. to me, this is similar to the flu shot.
Yes.
The flu shot doesn't really prevent everything. You have to get it every year.
Yes.
They don't really call it a vaccine. It's a flu shot.
Yeah.
And that's
true.
optional.
That's true.
So why shouldn't this be optional? I mean, there are studies out there now that are showing that people with natural immunities are actually having a better chance of fighting this than the people that got the vaccine. Look at the study that came out of Israel last week.
Yes, I heard about that.
You know, and the New England Journal of Medicine, they a few months ago came out with their own study, and they were like, yeah, they were still on the fence about whether or not it was good or bad.
You know,
So,
I'm not going to talk bad about it, or I'm not going to talk good either, but I look at it as, you know, we're kind of like a guinea pigs. You know, it's something. Hey, that's great that there's something, and it's working. It's going to work itself out. Maybe in 20 years, it'll be something that's like the smallpox and the polio vaccine. We'll know for sure then. You know, when they have more. But right now, we're kind of the
people are guinea pigs. I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
If they're having to sign a waiver that says we can't seek any legal repercussions if something happens to us, that makes me a little nervous. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to take something that says that I can't seek care afterwards if something bad goes wrong.
Yes, that is true. I know somebody that if there's a side effect from the vaccine where you get really sick, and I'm talking really sick, where you're in the hospital for quite some time, and medical will not cover that if it's
Nope.
from the shot. And that's kind of funny. I heard that because
that in itself makes me nervous. That makes me like, ooh, do I want to do this to myself? Do I want, when they open it up for younger children, do I want my kid to go through that? No.
Yeah, and then they won't even be taken care of.
No, and exactly. And not only that, but like my doctor said I battled COVID before we even knew it was here. And I had it while I was on chemotherapy, which was the worst.
Okay.
And we didn't know what it was. I actually didn't know until about 3 months ago when I had my recent PET scan, and they looked at my lungs and they're like, oh, the scar tissue in your lungs tells us you had COVID.
Oh, wow.
And they did blood work and stuff, and they're like, wow, your antibodies are ridiculously high. Perfect. Keep it up, whatever you're doing. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I literally got sick a year ago, but okay. So, I mean, if they're telling me my natural antibodies are high, why would I want to go put something artificial in my body?
I hear you, Jade. You know, like I said to everybody else, I'm not bad talking it. You know, like I said, I don't think like I said, it's like anything. It could go bad. It could be good. You know, we're not going to know until people get it. And if they get sick and die, or if they get sick and they have forever medical problems, then we're going to kind of know, you know, and then they can kind of tweak it until hopefully they fix it. But in that time, people are going to there's going to be some people that suffer from it, you know, and that's what they're not talking about. That's what makes me mad, is I would want to hear about that more than everybody saying, no, you got to get it, quit being selfish, this, that. And then recently I saw something where, oh, well, if you have a medical condition, then you get a pass. All of a sudden, like, there's these things coming out with people who are gung-ho on this shot. Gung-ho, oh, you're selfish, you got to get it. Now I'm hearing little things, bits and pieces. Well, if you have a medical condition where you could really, really get sick from it, then you're okay. You don't have to take it. You know, stupid stuff like that. It's like, well, okay, well, I would not, if I was the person not to get it, I wouldn't take it for that reason anyway. I don't even want a medical condition. What if I'm the small percentage that gets sick?
Right.
I mean, I hate to tell everybody, but I have I have family and stuff. I don't want to be that. I'll be selfish that way. I don't want, nobody else is going to care. I mean, except my family and close friends, but everybody else is not going to care if I'm just a 1 or 2%er in the world. But, somebody's going to care about me.
And I think, honestly, in order for us as a society to build up immunity, we need natural immunity as well as the vaccine immunity.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, because people, if they're watching, they're probably thinking that I'm just bashing the shot. But I did get it. And I've told this story is because my mom called me and she kept, she's egging me. And I go, I don't feel safe getting it because I just don't want to be one of the casualties if something would happen, just
Right.
if I don't want to be that way. But she had called me one day and she was crying and I felt bad. And I go, if she in myself, I said, if she feels that strong about it, I'll do it. If something happens, she's worth it. She brought me into the world. If she really feels that bad for me, that's why I did it. I mean, if she wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have gotten it. So I don't know if that's I think it's a good thing that I did it for that reason, not because I felt safe, because I was pretty scared. I was, I'm glad that I didn't, I'm okay now, but, you never know. I don't know enough about it. People are just jumping on board going, oh, well, they say it's good. It's here. There's a savior and a needle, we got it now. Maybe it is, but we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. That's the thing, is we don't know. There's still a lot of uncertainty. There's not a lot of science yet behind all of it. And, remember, doctors at one point told people smoking was cool. Doctors told pregnant women to take thalidomide. I mean,
and I think doctors used to smoke in the hospital.
Science is an ever evolving thing. I mean, what we know today could change tomorrow.
Exactly.
And I want more science. My doctor wants more science before he lets me have it,
Yeah, I don't understand why people don't see that part of it. Like these people who are, you gotta get it. Don't be stupid. Don't be misinformed and like you're dumb because you don't jump on board and get it right then and there. It's like, okay, I get your feelings. I get it. You believe in it with all your heart, but do you not see the other side where, hey, maybe something could go wrong and you're not worried about that at all a little bit?
Right. Exactly.
Just a little bit?
In my opinion, I don't think you're dumb for getting it. I don't think you're dumb for not getting it, but I do think you're dumb if you're taking horse medicine.
Okay. Well, are you talking about that ivermectin?
Oh my God. Y'all, there's a reason that they make medicine for animals and people, and they don't give us both the same thing. Come on, people, use your common sense. We're not made the same.
Yes, I agree. I don't know that much about it. I mean, I kind of heard it was for animals, but I also heard it was, I don't know if it was approved on humans for certain things. I don't know. I don't know the research on that. So that's what I heard, but I wish I knew more.
It's definitely not approved for humans. I mean, the companies that make it have come out and put statements on their website saying this is specifically not for human consumption. This can kill you. It's not made for you.
I didn't know that. Well,
I mean, think about it. Horses weigh thousands of pounds. The medicine is designed for thousands of pounds, and 125-pound person taking horse medicine, not the brightest thing to do.
Might be a little bit too strong, huh?
Maybe just a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, cool. So
well, there's so much going on in this world, and I hope that there's some kind of something happens because it's not good.
No, I think that people are going to wake up soon. Well, at least I hope they do, and see that, in some aspects, yes, the government does have your best interest at heart, and in some aspects, the government has their own interest at heart, and it's up to you to decide what's what.
Exactly, and don't be afraid to do
don't
something.
Be afraid to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to do this. And listen, like I said, they work for us, people. They work for us. So you're allowed to tell them no.
Exactly. I like how you said that. That is perfect. Yeah. We pay them. Nobody seems to realize that money that they take from us, they must think it goes into I don't know where they think it goes.
Fund?
Yeah, I guess so. Trust fund for us when we get older, they're going to take care of us. I don't think so.
Because we all know Social Security's working out just fine. Like
that's right.
Right? You know, and
But
like the whole thing with like the stimulus checks, people, that was our money. That was our money they gave back to us. So I don't understand why you were so excited.
yep, it was our money. Plus, we still getting taxed on it.
Yeah, we're still getting taxed on it. Like, I didn't realize until it was too late that they were doing that like $250 a month for people with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, and then you don't get it on your taxes next year. Like you don't get that child tax credit back because they're giving it to you now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so people are like, oh, that's going to mess me up in my tax return. Oh, you just now realized it. Okay.
Yes.
Nothing from the government is actually free. We already paid for it, people.
The money that we got at first is ours. Exactly, you're right. And then yeah, you're gonna get taxed on the end of the year. I don't know about anybody else, but I know my tax person asked me, "Oh, so did you get your stimulus?" They're asking for a reason.
Mm-hmm,
So
because they
can
have
write
to
it.
claim.
That's right. They're not asking just because they
Yep.
got, you know,
And, you know, my husband just got a promotion. We relocated to Texas, so now that's going to have to change our taxes too. So we're going to get nothing back this year.
oh, man.
It's a good thing
Well,
we've got things.
yeah. Yeah, that's you know what, people, you have to take care of yourselves too. And
That's the thing.
like,
Exactly. People, take care of yourselves because the government ain't going to take care of you. That's not what they're there for.
yes, do not plan on when you get older that you're going to be taken care of. Hopefully we are, but put money away or investments or something, or because
Stuff cash in your mattress like your grandma did during the Depression. Trust me, you will thank her later for that.
yeah, they did it for a reason back then. They didn't do
They
it just
learned
because.
not to trust banks.
That's right. There is a reason behind everything, that people have done things in the past and you just think it's funny, but there was reasons it was done. And Jane made a good point on that.
Forget about history, we're doomed to repeat it.
Exactly. Jane, you're awesome. I'm glad you came on. You look
thanks for
more
having
beautiful.
me.
Yes, I'm happy for you. You look great. You look nice and healthy, and I'm so happy that you're on the up. And I want you, if you ever want to come on, just message me, and you want to talk about something. I would definitely have you on. I don't know if you're modeling anymore or anything like that, but you don't have to model to come on the show.
Well, I'm going to start back up again now that I'm relocated and healthy and comfortable again. So, you know, if you're in the Brownsville, Texas area, hit me up, photographers. I need some people. I also need some rockabilly people in my life. So if you're in the area, let me know.
Oh, you're in Texas now?
Yes, we relocated to Brownsville. So we're like 10 minutes from Mexico. It's awesome.
Oh, wow. Okay. We know somebody, a good friend in Texas that is a photographer. Maybe he could, I'll tell him, maybe he could give you a message or something. I don't know how close. I forget what city.
Is massive.
Yeah,
I didn't
realize
how big it was till I had to drive through it all.
Yeah, just driving through that feels like you're driving through like a few states, right? That's a big state.
Yeah, from what we did, Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi went faster than getting through Texas.
Oh, gosh, what state did you move from?
We came from Cape Canaveral, Florida, to Brownsville, Texas.
Oh, wow, what a move from Florida to Texas.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's probably for the best, because it was for your husband's job, right? So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
They offered him a promotion that we said, of course, go. Let's do this.
Good. Well, you know, that's your life is where you're standing right now. So that's how you can make it. You have your family, you have your health, and that's all you need to do whatever it is you want outside of that, right?
That's right. And that's all you need. That's the American dream. Some health and happiness, y'all. That's it.
That is it.
Nothing's going to be handed to you. Go work for it.
Exactly. You got to be a hardworking American, right?
That's right.
Well, Jane, thank you so much. I'm glad you came on. That was a very good interview. If you want to call, I don't even call you. You're just a co-host today. That was very good discussion, and I liked it. Anytime you want to come on, just let me know. And
definitely.
We'll work something out where we'll come on and talk about a few topics or something, and that way I can give out some promotions of what shows we're going to do upcoming, and maybe we could talk about stuff.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Stay healthy. You and the family, be happy out there. Start something. You're modeling. I'll get hold of Henry. Tell him to get a hold of you. Maybe help some shoots or something, and turn you out to other photographers. All that good stuff. As far as rockabilly chicks, I'll see what I can do.
Rockabilly chicks and classic cars, y'all. Send them my way.
All right, Jane. You take care of yourself, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Jane Rose. She's a friend of our show. She's been on in the past. And she was nice enough to come on to talk with me about the recall in California. Relationship advice. We went through a few things. Very cool. She's a very cool person. She's in remission. She had cancer, and she had a rough time there for a while, and she's on the mend, and she's doing really well, her and her family. And Henry, are you still on? Are you still watching, Henry? If you are, can you give a thumbs up or something in the comment box? She had moved from Florida to Texas, and she once they get settled, she wants to start modeling again. And I told her we knew you. You're out in Texas too, and I know Texas is a big place, but you never know. You guys might be neighbors or something. And she's a good person to get to know and do some modeling with. So if you're not on, I'll just contact you in a bit after this show. Okay, well, like I said, I came on to promote Alyssa's birthday show this Thursday. This Thursday at 9 a.m. Let me see. This Thursday, the 16th, September 16th, is Alyssa's birthday show. 9 a.m. Pacific time. You could watch the live stream right here on the Steve, Eddie, Alyssa, Alberto Facebook page. You could watch it on our YouTube channel. It's called, just type in the M25 show. You can watch it live on YouTube or this Facebook page. And then afterwards, it'll hopefully be podcasted on the web, on iTunes and our website. You can go to our website at the m25show.com, and you can see everything about us, where we're on all social medias, our links, all that good stuff. Yeah, so we'll see what happens tonight with the recall with Governor Newsom, if he is going to stay in office. I don't know if it's going to be declared today or if it's going to be a few days, but we'll pretty much know tonight with the polls, where it kind of stands. If it's too close, then it might take a few more days, but we'll kind of maybe know what's going on tonight and see what happens. And remember, if you have a friend of the opposite sex that you've been friends with for years, stay friends with them. Even if you find a new mate, I should say a new mate. If you find a mate, a wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, you don't have to cut out your friends from the past. Even if you were a little touchy feely in the past, gave a couple kisses here and there, little goosing here and there, whatever, that was the past. That should stay in the past, except for the friend. You can keep a friendship. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody here on this show, our listeners, our watchers, all friends of ours. We thank you for supporting our show and tuning in every week to watch us and listen to us. It means a lot on behalf of Eddie, Alyssa, and Alberto, and myself. Keep tuning in, and we'll keep putting out the best shows that we can. And like I said, go to our website at the m25show.com for all information about us. And be sure to turn in this Thursday. This Thursday is the big birthday show for Alyssa. And we're going to have a good show. Good lineup, good topics. And we're going to have a good time. So this Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. People who don't know what Pacific time is, it's 9 a.m. Los Angeles time. right here on this Facebook page called Steve, Eddie, Alyssa, Alberto. Just go to that Facebook page, click on it. It's open, it's not locked, and you can watch the show, or you can watch it on our YouTube channel, and it's called The M25 Show. All right, people, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you Thursday morning for Alyssa's big birthday show. Until then, take care, be safe.
Memories in high school flames, some good, some bad. Can you remember their names? Light up a smoke on Pomona Street with the long hair rockers. Oh, the memories. Classic cars, big tits and bars, drinking all night like rock and roll stars. When I play that